we're going live. We're going live on this one. We don't have our mic set up just yet. Candle Genius and Not Your Average Joe. You want to sit over on this side? That's what you go, whatever side you like. No, this is good. This is good. I put stuff over here. You come on over on this side.
Put it over your shoulder.
We're still. No, we'll get this out of the way. You just come right there. Do you need to lean on something too?
Nope.
Okay. There you go. We got a seat there for you right there. However you want to do it. I guess you can look at that. No replays or anything like that. All right, so we have Candle Genius, Not Your Average Joe. We don't have any mics set up just yet, so this is all coming in through the computer. But don't worry, it's going to improve momentarily.
It'll get better any second.
It will get better.
For now, what you know is Lake Mills has the football. Play number 1 goes absolutely no. Nice tackle.
Joe, I'll let you put that on. I'll get mine going here. A little different setup tonight.
We're a little closer to the action tonight. I like this.
Yeah, you know what? The reason is, one, trying to make it a little simpler, the setup. This is different. You can probably tell, Joe, that I'm using my computer instead of that mobile thing.
Lake Mills, their first drive of the night, and they lose a yard. First down, second down, good pursuit. That's Jevin Damon. Turns him back inside. And Landon Yinger, I believe. Is that 20? No, sir, that was 10. JT. Jigger Trenton. We call him JT here on Saints TV.
Yes,
JT
we
red
do.
When he scores a touchdown.
JT. Oh, he's not red all the time.
Not all the time.
Okay.
Only
see? I'm still learning.
Interceptions, touchdowns, fumble recoveries. He's JT red. Your defensive line is Logan Wagner. Mason Beelan. Buddy Ostrander. First down on the pass for the Bulldogs. We're missing one defensive lineman. Who's on the far end there? You got a number for me? 56, Jevin Damon. I should have guessed.
See, Joe, that's why I'm glad you're here, man. You got the numbers in your head. Oh, good. I think we got our we should be sounding better right now.
All right,
so,
beautiful.
Not always the case when we stream JV. The chat is open. So if you need to hear something better or are hearing something so good.
Sack. Good play right there by Keegan Zacharias or a Dolph. Brody Dolph in on the tackle. It's hard. Yeah, 28 and 29 look exactly the same, except for one little, you fill that 9 in to make it an 8. Man, that's Brody Dolph on the sack. 5-yard loss in the play, 2nd and 15.
Yeah, tough when these guys are wearing these uniforms and look so much alike.
By the way, so that's the switch we've made tonight. Interesting. So here's a little, if you've watched a lot of Saints JV football, that ball is live. And on it are the Saints.
So tell the folks at home, Joe, why is that ball live? It looked like a pass, right?
That was a pitch.
What
that
made
was
that
backwards. So that's a pitch or backwards pass would be the same thing. Anything that goes backwards is a live football. The Saints smartly jump on it. And the Saints turn over the Bulldogs. They'll have it short field here. 38-yard line, 1st and 10. So the switch on defense we were just talking about, we'll look for it next time, is Dolph is in the defensive end, and Jevin Damon's moved to linebacker. I like that switch so far. Paid off for the Saints. Nice run right there for the Saints. That is Keegan Zacharias, I believe.
It's been fun watching Keegan grow up through the years, from when they're little guys, and that's the advantage that we have as dads. And you got a football player. I don't. Mine chose to not continue football. I'm okay with that. That's his choice. But the idea of just seeing these kids grow up from little tiny little fellas at when they first start playing football. Well, with us in our yards, right?
QB keep for Squire. Porter Schwiesau on the sideline in a cast, you may have noticed. Number 6 not in this one. 3 to 6 week recovery, I believe, on HIPAA violation if we told you what was under that cast. But the cast you can see on TV here on the internet land, so we'll talk about the cast.
Are we subject to HIPAA laws?
Well, I don't think so. I might have talked to Dad yesterday, well, and Porter, to get the inside scoop. I don't know how much of that's public, so we're just doing a little healing underneath that large right hand.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
We'll get that thing healed up, and hopefully he's back. Maybe a state championship game. He's not back on the field. How about that?
That'd be fantastic.
That'd be all right.
Would it be that soon?
I think it's at least possible he's back by that point of the season. So ready for basketball for sure.
Well, that's good news. We're going to need him on the basketball court for sure.
First down, Saints. Gavin Squire under center. Handoff. Keegan Zacharias. 10 yards on first down, 10+ yards on first down to give the Saints another first down. First and goal, Saints at the 9. Nice initial drive here after the Saints recover the fumble. They start this drive at the Bulldog 38 and are quickly first and goal.
If you see a little shake in the camera, we're on the bleachers tonight. We're among the masses of fans on the home side. Kind of fun here. Beautiful night for it.
Fullback with the carry, that's Andrew Hall. In at fullback for the Saints. He played really well last week at West Hancock.
Yes, he did. He had like 80-some yards in that final drive.
Exactly, like yeah. It's kind of fun to watch. Second and goal from the 6.
Let's go, Red!
Your offensive line is Beeland, Wagner, Zaid Shell, Huddy, Ostrander. Touchdown, Saints. Number 28, Keegan Zacharias punches it over that left side.
Keegan's looking good tonight.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. 6-0 Saints here. They capitalize on the turnover. Jevin Damon, I believe, by the way, the rest of your offensive line. We don't talk about those guys enough. Those big guys doing work up front, making big holes.
They make it easy to talk about the guys who are carrying the ball.
Correct.
They don't get enough credit, and they know that. They realize that.
Yep. And, you know, I think most offensive linemen take a little pride in, don't talk about me. I don't want to hear my name or my number. I want you just understand what I did. 2-point conversion, Gavin Squire is good, and the Saints take an 8-0 lead. 4:01 to go in the first quarter. Good start for the Saints. They turn the Bulldogs over and then go on a 38-yard methodical drive, punch it in to go up 8-0.
Now with this setup, Joe, there's a couple things we can do. One, we can go to commercials, which is fantastic. We can also put a scoreboard on the stream. We don't probably even need to include clock and things that make it difficult to run. But how do you feel about setting up a simple scoreboard and just keeping a score?
I like it. Let's do it.
I think folks at home like that.
I threw in the scoreboard equipment, the high-tech, high-dollar.
I see it. Those of you who
carried
are
it on
not
my back
here,
in here, this scoreboard that you're about to see on the screen.
Another reason you want to be here, for sure. You tell me when it's ready, and I'll add it.
All right.
We also have an opportunity to pay tribute to our sponsors because we have our commercials loaded up. So when we see ends of quarters or timeouts of any kind of length, we'll go ahead and make sure that they're included because it's thanks to our sponsors that these broadcasts are possible.
They even happen, right?
That's right. You know, there are some communities that don't actually even let you stream a game.
That's crazy. Talk about that. What do you mean?
It seems crazy, but it's true. There are communities in our area, in Iowa, that prefer that if you want to see a game, not only prefer, but they mandate that if you want to see a game, you must pay the price for the ticket and come and watch the game, even if they're not charging for the tickets.
Nice return for the Bulldogs. Yeah. Out across the 35. They'll start it at the 37-yard line. Their second drive of the night.
Zach of all trades running right at you there, and number 15 on his jersey. You've heard his name a few times here. So from the 38-yard line, the Lake Mills Bulldogs will begin their second drive. Their first one, of course, if you're just joining us, ended in a turnover on a lateral pass, a backwards pass.
Yeah, like a pitch is what I would call it. Nice gain on first down. Bulldogs are going to get 7, almost 8.
Nice little gain by Lake Mills on that one's going to bring up 2nd and 3 from their own 46-yard line, 45-yard line.
All right, Eric, you can get that scoreboard to try whenever you're ready. I think
All right.
it is accurate and ready.
Go red! Go red!
In the shotgun, put a man in motion, and then the second guy goes in motion, which is illegal in this
The
game.
only one guy in motion, is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
There's
Especially when the
limits.
other guy's going at the line of scrimmage. So that will cost the Bulldogs 5. Mistakes early have cost the Bulldogs. So 2nd and 3 becomes 2nd and 8.
You know, I did get the stream set up today, of course, but I forgot to get it on Bound that we were streaming tonight. So hopefully the folks from Lake Mills are not
Are finding us out
wondering
there.
where we're at.
Here's the beauty of this, right? They can always go watch it later. Hopefully they're here in the stands and they can go catch this thing later. Pressure, sacked, Hudson, Ostrander, Mason, Beeland, and 74, Zach Jensen. All 3, Hudson Ostrander, started it. The other 2 helped finish it.
I got a volleyball scoreboard up. Let me get rid of
You're
that.
going to
That's
need a
not gonna
football
help us.
one, sir.
I am. Do you have the last couple digits of that that link? If you
I do. Ends in Bravo Echo, BE.
Not admin, I'm sorry. Oh, you have it? Is that? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Excuse me, it ends in CYR. CYR is what it ends in, if that helps.
CYR. I'll wait till after
Charlie
this play.
Yankee Tango. Is that Tango or Romeo? I don't know if it's TR.
Go red!
Pass.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
Pressure. Out of the pocket he goes. Nice pressure applied there by Brody Dolph, Mason Beeland, Jevin Damon coming to get him. He just has to throw it away.
Yeah, he's been struggling back there a little bit today. Well, I think one of their better plays was him just running with the ball for 7 or 8 yards. But back to pass, we've seen him turn it over earlier in the game, and right here brings up 4th, and I'm going to guess 13.
I think that's right. Saints defense has come to play here
Yes,
tonight. The defensive
they have.
line playing really well. Getting
What'd you say
after
there?
the quarterback.
What would you say the last digits are on that?
Oh my, you know, my
CYR.
vision at my
Let's
advanced
try it.
age are
I'm gonna
not
try
great,
it.
but I think CYR.
I'm going to wait till this plays over.
Punt formation for the Bulldogs. It is a punt. Short punt. Picked up by J.T. Red. And
Oh my
J.T.
goodness,
Red is
J.T.
headed to
Red.
the sideline, makes a man miss across the 20-yard line.
JT Red.
Down at the 16-yard line, and the Saints have their second short field.
Absolutely fearless. It looked like they're
Pound
just going to
for
let her
pound.
lie, right?
The best fighter in North Iowa. No doubt about it. Or football player. Did I say fighter? JT's a fighter.
He plays
In a
with,
good way,
He
in a
plays with
positive.
grit. He plays with spirit. He plays with fight.
Go red!
Oh, I get a chance to get my. What did I do? I grabbed the wrong one again. All right, we'll get this right for you, folks.
We'll get you. We'll wait till it's 16-0. How's that sound? Squire keeps. Turns
right.
not much into 4. Good job by Gavin Squire. In at quarterback for an injured Porter Schweisow.
CYR, you said, right?
There it
I can
is.
actually see it, but there it is. There it is.
Just 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. A quick first quarter here in St. Ansgar. Squire, handoff.
Go, 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 go.
Zacharias falls ahead for a couple. Keegan Zacharias getting his turn at tailback here.
Are you actually keeping the clock?
I am.
Oh my
I'm going to give it a shot anyway. I don't guarantee accuracy, but you know what's better than
my
nothing?
goodness, that is incredible.
That will be the last play of the first quarter. The Saints will head to the break leading 8-0 over the Lake Mills Bulldogs.
Well, great job to these Saints, and with that, we're going to go take a moment to
Can we thank
hear
our
from
sponsors?
our sponsors. Yeah, let's go hear
Let's
from our
do it.
sponsors. These guys make it possible. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this with quarter number 2. Saints lead 8-0 over the Lake Mills Bulldogs. All right, we are back with quarter number 2 in St. Ansgar. Saints have the ball.
Handoff. JT. Did you see the collision he put on a Lake Mills defender right there?
You know, it's unfortunate we don't have replay going tonight, but see that. You do at home.
At home, yeah.
Check that
If you're watching this in the future, hello from the past, first off. And second off, go rewatch what JT did to a kid who probably weighs 75 pounds more than he does. And you'll understand why we say pound for pound the best fighter in North Island. Already 30 seconds gone in the second quarter. Saints have it, first and goal. It's called the 7-yard line. Squire under center in the wishbone. Hits the first man who goes untouched. That's Andrew Hall, touchdown Saints.
That's a name I'm getting used to hearing around here. Hall.
He just absolutely untouched. Makes it 14-0. Great play. The offensive linemen don't want to hear it, but good job, offensive line.
That's right. They don't want to hear the names.
They don't want to hear.
Good job anyway.
They're invisible out there, but in a real positive way, they're invisible tonight.
Flying out on this side.
2-point conversion, no good, so it'll remain 14-0 Saints. They lead it over Lake Mills. They capitalize on a turnover and touchdown number 1. Touchdown number 2 is after a really nice return by Jager Trenton. Sets them up inside the 20-yard line. So 2 short fields for the Saints. They lead at 14-0.
Take a quick break here from, we'll hear a message from Beeland Agri Services. We'll be right back after this.
The worst place to watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Thank you, Agent Brian Putney, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. We are back, 9:17 on the clock. Saints lead 14-0. Zach of all trades kicking off to the Lake Mills special teams crew.
Good start for the Saints. They lead it 14-0 on. If you're not here, you are missing out. It is a absolutely gorgeous night. 5-mile-an-hour west-northwest wind, 63 miles an hour. It feels like fall for the first time all year. It's either been winter or summer so far.
But
nice
a
to have some
beautiful,
in between.
warm fall, you know?
Get him! Get
Kicks
him!
picked up by a Lake Mills returner, immediately brought down by the Saints. I believe that is Trey Johansy. It sure is. 55 is a shell in there as well. As usual, it's a host of Saints making those tackles.
You know why that is? Because they're so disciplined. They know how to get to that guy.
Stay in their lane, find the ball, hunt the football.
Don't leave them anything to run through and go make a big play. Zone in on that thing. Go get them. Saints deliver.
QB pressured by Jensen, rolls out just through the hands of the receiver. Had him there, thought maybe they had an opportunity to complete it there, but
Receiver number 8 seems like he feels like he should have caught it
based on his body language.
Yeah,
he wanted
kinda
that
told
one.
us. He was speaking to us up here. I do wish, apologies, Lake Mills fans who are listening in, we don't have a Lake Mills roster. Matter of fact, we don't have St. Ansgar one either, but Not Your Average Joe's got it.
We've got a memory, usually. Now, it's not 100%, so if I get your player wrong, you let us know in the chat. We'd be happy to correct it. We'd love to, in fact.
Get him!
Run up the middle for Lake Mills, short gain on the play. We'll bring up 3rd and long. Oh, Lake Mills has a running play on a QB scramble that's been pretty productive, and a pretty nice pass completion for a first down in a similar situation. So, obvious passing situation here for the Bulldogs. They have a couple of really big receivers. 5 here on the bottom of your screen.
Go Red!
He might be 6'10". He might also be 5'11", but he's tall either way.
Oh, that's a handoff.
Zaid Shell blows that one up. Mason Beeland there to help him finish it off. Zach Jensen there as well. And Andrew Hall. I mean, again, it takes a village. No gain. 4th and 10. Punt on the way. Fast first half so far. Only 8 minutes left in the first half here. JT, Jager Trenton, and Trey Johans back to return the punt.
I like that combo, Joe.
Speed and then more speed.
Yeah.
I'll let you decide who's who, but they're both deadly fast.
Go! Red!
Coach
in
is
mind-
asking them to move up here.
This is a JV team. Keep in mind, JV, these guys are 9th graders.
Tons and tons of them. Really short kick. Travels about 12 yards, goes out of bounds. The Saints will have it again in Bulldog territory to start. They've capitalized on 2 short fields after a turnover and a Jager Trenton punt return. This one goes out of bounds, but the Saints will have it 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 42-yard line.
They're not letting JT Red get his filthy mitts on that one. Not this time.
They saw enough of that. Said, no, sir, we're kicking it out of bounds. Can't blame him. Good decision.
Go Red! Go Red!
Man in motion. Ball hits the ground.
Oof.
15-yard penalty should be called. It is not. Instead, Andrew Hall gets up and says, I'll get you next time, young man.
I'm playing with brightness here a little bit. The sun is in a really weird spot where it's messing with our colors. It's sitting pretty low.
Yeah. About 5 minutes, it'll be gone. And then it's going to get chilly here.
It will
Our good
get
night's
chilly.
going to disappear. So good job by Andrew Hall to pick up the fumbled snap there. Don't know why the clock's not running. I'll get that fixed. There are about 6.5 minutes to go here. You're going to have to trust me. So Andrew Hall alertly picks it up, and as payment gets body slammed. Timeout Saints. They take their first of the half, leading 14-0, 6:23 precisely, as your scoreboard now shows, remaining in the second quarter.
And we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
And we are back.
2nd and 15 for the Saints.
Go D.
Squire. Handoff. That's Trenton. Good job by the Bulldog defense that time. Limits him to just a yard gain. Makes it 3rd and 14.
Well, this would be a good time for a passing play. What do you think, Joe? Do you think we pass it or we take our chances on running, picking up some yards? Probably 2 down territory here for JV, don't you think?
I think it is. I think we're across midfield here. You got a 14-point lead. I think this play is get 6 or 7. Get a 6 or 7 so we can go for it, right? A negative play here or no gain play here, you probably punt it away. But get half this, and we're going. Heck, get 4 or 5, we're probably going.
By the way they've
your
been moving the
defense is
ball, I
playing
agree.
time. Yeah.
Ooh.
They get him to jump, no flag, but Keegan Zacharias says, that's okay, I'll get you your 6 or 7 that Saints TV requested. In fact, I'll get you 10. So Keegan Zacharias with a nice gain on 3rd and long, makes it 4th and 6. 4th and very manageable, and the Saints will go here.
That was a great job there by Squire in the hard count there. I mean,
That's the
do
hard count. They
believe
get him
there
to
was
jump.
one off.
And
Felt like there
I
was
get
one
it. This is
offside.
JV football. We
You
don't
got
have to
it.
call every. We'll be here all
got
night. They throw every flag. So I totally get it. And like I said,
Yep.
Keegan says it's no big deal. I'll just get you.
Yeah, and I don't
Get you a
disagree with the
bunch
non-call at all. It certainly didn't impact the play.
It did not. And he probably was close to. He was moving, but was he onside still? It was very possible he was. Good call by the officials. Same formation. This is Trenton. Cuts it upfield. First down. Great job. That's vision right there, right? 10 sees that, hey, I could kick it outside, but you know what? I got a lane to go upfield. And Eric, if there's one thing I've learned about football is if you go upfield, that's where the end zone is. Right? If you go towards the sideline, you might get tackled before you get where you want to go.
I have noticed that these running backs get more yards when they run more yards upfield.
Upfield, right?
So
Head towards the end
I agree
zone.
with you.
It seems like a positive strategy. Red again. Jager, Trenton. Huge gain on first down. We'll give him 15.
Thank you for the thumbs up. We got a thumbs up already, Joe.
It's early for
Good
that.
sign. Seems a little early for that. I'm not sure we really deserve it, but thank you.
But a good start here for the Saints. The Saints deserve it, right? And we talked about that on Friday night. That we don't do this for our entertainment. The kids deserve this stuff, right? They put in a ton of work. Yeah, and you know this is these guys' time, right? We got talked about a lot of sophomores and freshmen out there. This is their opportunity to pay off all the 5:30 a.m.s that they spent getting up to go to lifting, and get stronger, and get better at football and the hard practices. Fun to see it pay off for them. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. That is Andrew Hall, who puts the 3rd touchdown for the Saints on the board. They lead 20-0.
Thank you, Steve Beelan, for chiming in. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for what you guys and ladies do. And I'm not sure which is which, Joe, but I'm complimented either way.
I forgot to send the Beelans the obligatory pregame Monday Night Football text that I usually send them to give them the heads up we're on. But he probably is subscribed and has the little notifications clicked, so he gets
Yeah, Steve's a smart guy. And I think actually Steve was the first one that I heard that actually canceled ESPN.
For Jager, or for Yinger, excuse me, incomplete. The 2-point conversion falls incomplete. 20-0 Saints lead it. That wouldn't surprise me. He's on that thing. You know the first guy I ever knew that had DirecTV? Like, I'm talking in the 1900s. Way back then.
Oh, that's back in
Steve
the day. Steve Beelan,
He
DirecTV. Well, he's a guy that definitely is ahead of the time. And when I'd heard that he had actually canceled his ESPN because he spent too much time watching Saints TV, I wasn't surprised. I think it's just a sign of things to come.
For sure.
We're going to see a lot more of that in the
I think
future.
it's going to be a widespread thing. If you have ESPN stock, I would sell now, because we're coming for them.
There's just too much quality sports programming.
I think that's
here.
actually ABC stock, which is technically owned by somebody, right?
You know what? I'm not even sure. Steve probably knows.
Steve knows. Chime in the chat if you know who owns ESPN. I believe it's ABC. And then is that a publicly traded company? And what is the ticker symbol? There's your trivia question of the night.
Oh my goodness.
Because I want to short that stock tomorrow morning. We do not give stock tips here on Saints TV, by the way.
No.
That is, invest at your own risk. Consult your investment advisor. If you're an investment advisor company, and you're looking for, advertising opportunities, we can set you up, though. You just let us know.
And the great thing is we get you in early. And we're talking about how this definitely is going to be hard on ESPN, what we're doing here. But you can get in now, get in early.
Right.
And the rate is good today, but it's just going to keep going up as the popularity expands. All right, Zach of all trades.
Walt Disney. There you go. We have an answer, folks. Walt Disney owns
I'm surprised
ABC,
he's still
which
alive.
owns ESPN. So it's Walt Disney stock you want to short, if you're a believer in Saints TV anyway, and that we might be taking over the sports media world.
That tip comes from Madam Tammy. Thank you, Madam Tammy, for your
Good
Your
start for the Saints.
contribution,
They lead
Saints
it
TV.
20-0. The Bulldog offense has been unable to get anything going here tonight. They'll attempt here on their third possession of the night. My phone is blowing up with Walt Disney owns ESPN.
Oh my goodness.
So, thanks to everybody out there who chimed in. We appreciate the participation.
Well, our mics must be working. I think that's a
Must
good
be,
sign.
you always wonder, is anybody even hearing this? Now, hearing versus listening, as we know
Fact.
as men, is very different.
Yeah, just because we can see the number of people who are actually watching the stream, watching and listening are two very different things.
Gain it 2 on first down for the Bulldogs, 2nd and 8. 3 minutes to go in the first half. That has been dominated by your Saints.
Saints in the first drive of the game by Lake Mills. Lake Mills turns it over on a backwards pass. Saints capitalize, get a touchdown, 2-point conversion. That's if you're just joining us. If you've been here all along, I apologize. I'm repeating what you already know.
Short gain on 2nd down. Give him 1, makes it 3rd and 7. Good job by the interior of the defensive line. We do have a substitution there. Let me get you that change. I see a change, but I don't see who's different here.
One thing I've learned, Joe, especially during football season, you might start the game in short sleeves and sunglasses. But let me tell you, I have learned that's a nice pass. That's a
really nice pass. Knocked away. Zach Gavin Squire gets a finger on it and knocks it away. I'm giving Gavin
believe
credit.
it was.
I apologize.
We'll give Gavin credit. I'm with you.
But I think he was right there to knock that away. That was a beautiful pass.
Great pass.
Had it
I think
in
well
his hands.
placed in his hands. I agree with you.
Good, and then good defense by Squire to knock it away. Makes it 4th and 8.
2 minutes and 14 seconds remain in this one. I'm sorry, in the first half of this one. Saints have led the entire game defensively, giving Lake Mills fits in this one.
No punt here on 4th down. They're going to go. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. They feel like they need to go. Logan Wagner gets a piece, and Andrew Hall finishes him off. Huge sack for the Saints defense there.
Tremendous field position for these Saints here as the first half ticks away. Less than 2 minutes ago. This is high school football. There is not a 2-minute warning for those of you who watch your football on Sundays. High school is a little bit different.
Minute 58 officially left in the first half here that has been dominated by the Saints. This group has gotten better every single week. I said last week on the broadcast, and I told my son at home last week, I know that was a tough loss, but you wouldn't recognize yourself from 5 weeks ago.
I agree.
Literally, they look like a completely different group of guys. And really fun to watch the progression. Our coaches have worked with these guys, and they've gotten so much better. Wide open is Landon Hillman. Knocked away. Great defense by the Bulldogs. That was a touchdown. Except number 15 said, I'm going to knock that thing away. Great job. And good pass. It's a
was
good
a
play all
great-
the way around, right?
great
Good
pass,
throw,
great
good
pass.
catch, good defense.
Hillman's taller than you can imagine. You probably throw that one up there a little bit, but that was a good pass. It was a good play. Good defensively by 15 from Lake Mills.
In here defensively, Ryan Baker is 77. Just FYI, if you see him out there, that's the new number defensively for the Saints. They're working a couple guys in. Short gain.
JT
On
Red
second
gets
down.
up, straightens out his helmet.
You need to put that back on straight. Saints call a timeout here. They're second. It will be 3rd and 6 when we return with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in this first half. Saints are at the, I don't know, call it 17-yard line?
Call it 17-yard
All right,
line.
the 17-yard line, looking to capitalize here one more time before the half.
Don't go anywhere. Thank you, Paradise Pizza and more, for your generous contributions to help
we don't
keep
get
Saints
enough
TV free.
time to talk about it sometimes during varsity competitions, but think of how many sponsors we have here on this deal. Just awesome that all these businesses, local businesses, support us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do.
Andrew
Look
Hall
at
breaks a tackle, then another, drags 3 guys down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Saints.
that. Andrew Hall looking tough as usual. And we're just going.
Hurry up. Spike. 58 seconds to go officially. It'll be 2nd down after the Saints down it there. Don't want to use the timeout. So they had that play call ahead of, hey, we're going to run it, then we're running up to the line, going to spike it. So they had those basically 2 plays called in the huddle there after that timeout, knowing they only have 1 timeout remaining.
2nd down, goal to goal for these Saints.
Handoff, Hall, touchdown, Saints. Andrew Hall doing the work up front, and the Saints lead this thing 26-0 pending the 2-point conversion. 54.2 seconds remain.
They missed the last 2 conversions. Do you think
Last
there's
one was
a
a
point where
pass.
will they ever try kicking an extra point, you think?
You know, it's a great question. They would. I think there's a couple things working against kicking the extra point here. One is they may not have anybody that's real good with the old boot right here. Number 2 is there's some value in running these extra offensive plays like this that you may not run in your regular set, but you can run it for a 2-point conversion. Doesn't hurt you that much.
Nope.
Especially with a 26-0 lead.
Agreed.
And gives you a chance to run a play that you might not run in your traditional set, that in 3 years, we run that thing in a state championship game and it's complete, right?
Yeah,
and it's like, hey, that's the difference in the game.
No, I think you're right, and that does make a lot of sense. And I think about even from a kicking leg, you know, Zach Valtrez has done a great job of kicking. He doesn't necessarily get a lot of height on it, you know, so he's kind of hitting some pretty good line drives. And with the size of these Lake Mills Bulldogs, that's not going to work in your favor. So I like what you're saying there as far as just practice a play. If it works, you get 2 points. If it doesn't, your lead is only 26-0. And that's exactly where we stand in this one with 54 seconds remaining in the first half. Saints lead 26-0.
Good half of football here in St. Ansgar on a beautiful night. It is dead calm. And 60 degrees. Hard to beat this.
Yes, it is. Time for me to turn in my prescription sunglasses for
just
prescription glasses.
some regular glasses. Zachary Eckel on to do the kicking for the Saints as they lead at 26-0. Under a minute to go in the first half. Saints offense has played well. Saints defense has played well. Saints special teams has played well. The trifecta here tonight. Short kick, but that's a live football. Downed at the 40-yard line by the Bulldogs. 51 seconds to go. Lake Mills has 60 yards to pay dirt here. Lake Mills started this half with the football, is that right? I got here right as we started, so I'm trying to remember.
Lake Mills started, yep, and that
So
was
the
a turnover.
Saints-
So the Saints have scored on every drive, correct? I believe
Yes,
that's correct.
that's
They
right.
haven't
Had the
punted
ball
yet.
4 times, scored 4 times, and they get the ball to start the second half.
Yep, so Lake Mills turned it over early. St. Ansgar Capital. That's a nice play by Lake Mills.
Good job there, and a good tackle. Immediately tackled there by Johans, I believe.
If you watch Minnesota Vikings football, this game so far has felt a little bit like Vikings. Vikings go up early, and then that pass right there, I think it's the first time I've seen a receiver truly wide open all night. But that's what they do. The last drive of the
We're
first
gonna-
half, just
gonna
leave
give
somebody
them-
wide
yep,
open, give
yep.
them a touchdown. I don't expect the Saints will do that, or at least that's not their plan.
And then they basically just don't play the third quarter at all. They stay in the locker room while the opposing team runs
my
up and down the
goodness.
field. Yeah, and then they show back up in the fourth quarter.
Defense only.
The defense, right?
Collectively,
Yes.
I was doing the math. 28 points 2 weeks ago in the first half, right? 17 in the first half. So they've scored, what, 40, what's the math on that, 45 points?
I see what you're doing.
In
the
the
Vikings
first
have
half.
scored 45 points in the first half. Yes, I
And
follow.
collectively in the second half, the past 2 weeks, 3 field goals, no
9
touchdowns.
points, all field goals. That's probably not a recipe for success long term for your Vikings. As a lifelong Vikings fan, they have hurt me enough. I do not believe in this team. I will not believe until I go to the Super Bowl parade.
I'm with you.
Then I will believe it. Then I will believe it's real. Until that moment, they're just messing with us again.
They are messing with
But
us.
the Saints are legit here tonight.
No doubt about it.
26-0. Huge pressure brought.
Oh, that is a big.
Good job by Logan Wagner and Brody Dolph to create the pressure. He had to throw that thing off his back foot, right? And he still chucked it 35
He
yards
did
for a
chuck
JV
it. And it was a
quarterback.
decent throw,
Yes.
and the receiver probably should have caught it.
Got
He
his
was
hands
open.
on it. Yeah.
So
yeah.
everything about that, with the exception of the incomplete pass, was really well executed by Lake Mills.
Sure. Well, Bulldogs will do it again. Saints have to survive here. 3rd and 2, 38 seconds to go in the first half.
Like it's so much,
Pressure
we'll try it
again. Dolph free running at the quarterback.
Oh,
picked off.
picked
Zaid
off.
Shell, interception. Great job, Zaid. Right spot, right time. That's Zaid Shell. He is a magnet for the football, and that shows right there. 30 seconds to go. Saints have it at midfield. Do we try something here? Up 26
I think we
nothing?
do. I mean, I would. I'm
Why
not sure
not,
what you have to
right?
lose. You got a good lead. Like you said, do you have a play that you might try later on that you want to just give it a whirl here, give it a test? Or you might just protect the football. And
Here's my prediction. We're going to run it, but it's going to be something trying to get JT outside so that we can, if you get 10, 15 here, then you press.
I like
If you
that
don't
idea.
get much here, then you kneel it out and go to half.
I like that idea. JT
Here's
in motion.
JT in motion, not going to go to him.
Oh, we are going to. Uh-oh.
Pass
Yeah.
intended for Zacharias falls short, incomplete. Nothing hurt, no harm, no foul. 25 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 10. At midfield for the Saints after the second turnover by the Bulldogs. Fumble recovery on the first drive and then an interception by Zaid Shell. I believe he's Zaid Shell in football. In baseball, some days he's Zaid Shell and some days he's Zaid Schnell.
Oh, is he Schnell?
Because he has 2 jerseys. One of them provided an extra N.
See that view right there? That is the home of Hitmen Baseball happening right here.
That is beautiful.
Saints TV on Sundays from noon to 6. And you'll see Zaid Schnell.
Yeah, sometimes Schnell, you just don't know.
Oh,
Squire, pass, intended for
Oh,
Johans.
my
He
goodness.
catches it inside the 10.
Oh, my
Touchdown,
goodness.
Saints.
Oh, my goodness.
Squire to Johans for the 50-yard bomb.
What a play by these Saints. Great pass by Squire. One thing we know about Johans, that kid gets it into his hands. All he does is find the end zone.
If he catches it behind the defense, no
Oh,
one's
my
catching up to Trey Johans. And he shows it there. Trey Johans, the freshman who can dunk here in St. Ansgar, by the way. If you've ever seen him on TikTok, I hear he dunks basketballs sometimes. That might be a follow. You might search TikTok tonight, try to find him dunking a regulation basketball and a regulation hoop. He also catches touchdown passes, 32-0 Saints.
You reward him with another catch here? Nope.
Just gonna plow ahead, 2-point conversion, good. That is
Just give it to
Andrew Hall, who you need 2 yards, Andrew Hall gets 3.
How old is Hall?
He's a junior.
A junior.
Stacked at fullback on our varsity squad. He always plays, like you said, he had 80 yards on Friday night, I think on 10 consecutive carries to end that game.
It was the entire last drive, right?
That
It was
fun.
all his rushing yards.
So he gets a little work here tonight at the JV level. He'll be one of those guys that waits his turn, right? Does his job year after year after year. And his senior year next year, we're going to hear a lot from Andrew Hall. There's my prediction tonight. I try to make one prediction tonight. There's your one.
Hey, I was going back to Trey Manzo. He was talking about he did a special dunk last week, and I don't know if he's got that one on TikTok or not, but it sounded like he laid it off the glass to himself, dunked it. I want to see it.
I want to see it in game because I want to call that.
Oh, that would be fun,
on Saints TV this winter. I really do. I don't even care if it's in a JV game. I want to see it. So, because we're going to go nuts. I mean, the whole place is going to erupt when he does it. Coach Squire, I apologize in advance for that. Coach Squire is going to say, would you stop trying to dunk it? Just make the layup. Lake Mills defender slips immediately, special teams guy, returner slips immediately. And when you go down in high school football, it's kind of like college. You are down. No one has to touch you. You're just down.
Yeah, some
10
differences.
seconds.
They have to have 2 feet in the NFL on a catch. Just need 1 in high school, right? Got to be touched in the NFL. Here you don't.
We've seen several, especially at this level, where those kickoffs are kind of received on a knee. You're done dead right there when you catch it on a knee, too. Same thing with a caught pass or something.
Let's see what Lake Mills has in store for the 10 seconds remaining in this half. No surprises. Big pass.
Knocked away. Gavin Squire in on the coverage. Four seconds officially remain. Lake Mills uses a timeout there, I believe. They want to talk this one over. They have 1 play remaining.
Let's take a quick break, shall we? Let's come back right after this with your completion of half number 1 in St. Ansgar.
It's Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter.
All right, we'll talk more about giving butter later and what does that even mean here in St. Ansgar. But right now, we got 4 seconds remaining in this one, in the first half of this one. keep saying that wrong.
That's a backwards pass. It goes out of bounds.
I feel like it was tipped.
It might have been. You might have been exactly right. There's less than a second left, but there is time remaining on the clock. 0.4 of a second. I don't know where hometown clock operator is, but we'd have used him right there. I'm turning around looking at him. He says, my bad. He says, I won't reveal his number. It might be 51. But I won't reveal it. He might play varsity. Sometimes plays left tackle. His number's 51. His initials are DH. And I think he spells his name Derek Heeman. But I will not reveal his identity.
Yeah, I think it's good to protect his identity. So his initials, Derek Heeman?
His initials are
All
Derek
right,
Heeman.
that's fair.
It's the only clue I'm giving you.
So for those of you who know Saints, there's some clues in there, but don't be too hard on the guy.
No.
If you do figure out who it is.
He's smiling down at me, so I'm having fun with him. He knows. But it was funny that there might have been a coach on the sideline that turned up and looked too at the press box. Like, really? You couldn't have let that run out?
0.4.
Especially some of the clock operating we've seen on this channel in the last several weeks. But that's all right. Hey, another chance to get better here for the Saints defense, right?
We had a game earlier this season, I think you'll remember, a varsity game, that the referee actually ended the half when there was 3 seconds left on the clock. Do you remember that?
I remember it. Pass completed.
Look at there. They got to play.
No. Derek Heeman might not sleep tonight if Trey Johans can't get this guy out of bounds, but he does. And that ends the half. Derek Heeman, DH, not to be revealed
Initials,
who the identity is, breathes a sigh of relief as the Saints go to half 34-0 lead over Lake Mills. Great half by the Saints. That was a fun half.
We've seen some good plays that just didn't get fully executed by these Lake Mills Bulldogs in this play. And that was one of them. That was actually a great play that was executed really well.
Really well.
They only had 0.4 seconds, right? They only had that one play. They might have made something of that. But great job here by the Saints, 34-0, end of one. We're going to take just a moment here and talk about Give Butter. I'm going to play this slide again here when we're done. But what is Give Butter in St. Ansgar? Saints TV, by the way, is free to watch. We're going to keep it free to watch. That's our goal, to bring this stream totally free for those who are unable to cheer from the stands. We rely heavily on our sponsors, our partners. You see them streaming, scrolling around here in the top right-hand corner of your screen. We also, in the top left-hand corner of your screen, have a QR code. That's for those of you sitting at home that realize that, and there's probably no charge to get into this game, being JV, but typically it's $8 to get into a varsity game. And people are very good about giving, realizing, hey, you know what, I can't be there, wish I could. Realize that if I was there, it'd cost me $8 to see the game, for whatever reason. And of course, it's free either way to watch on Saints TV. A lot of people in the stands have their phones open so they can see the replays and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's for those who want to give, to help keep the stream alive and free for those who are unable. A lot of folks from nursing homes chiming in, a lot of grandmas and grandpas from out of state, maybe out of the country, chiming in, and so it's a pleasure to offer this. None of our staff gets paid. We're completely volunteer.
I think that's a key point. Somebody asked me the other day, who's going to wrench off this deal? No, the kids are. Yeah. Honestly, right? None of us are taking a dime, and this wasn't asked in any negative format. It was just like, where's all this money going? So maybe we haven't talked about that this season. Let's talk about it. Where does the money that they give here, or that our sponsors help give to support this channel, where's that money go, Eric?
100% of that, first and foremost. The very 30,000 square foot answer, or 30,000 foot answer, is it all goes back to the school in one way or another, right? So we do it in a couple different ways. The Give Butter goes straight to the athletic fund. It's as if you did buy a seat at this game. And there's people who are literally, hey, here's $200, here's $300, here's $500.
And that money goes to the school's athletic fund. It doesn't buy us a camera, it doesn't buy us any equipment, it goes directly 100% to the school's athletic fund. Like you bought a ticket, like you supported.
Just like you bought a ticket, yeah.
Thank you.
Because our athletic fund, and it's very true of 1A and these smaller schools, it's very expensive to hire refs. It's very expensive to maintain these grounds. It's very
jerseys
expensive
these kids
to put
wear.
These jerseys on.
You know, Mason was telling me the other night, he's like, do you realize that the football helmets that we wear at the JV level are more expensive than the NFL guys are wearing? And part of that is because the NFL guys won't wear the latest and greatest helmets because they're used to what they're used to. But yeah, our guys are wearing the best brain protection you can buy.
That's fantastic.
And that's awesome.
I didn't even know it.
These are the most expensive, top of the line helmets that you can buy to play football in. And our guys, every one of them has one. That's a huge deal. And it's supported by, obviously, the school's athletic fund.
You got it.
Right?
Yep.
And if you give butter, that money goes to support that
That's
fund.
where that goes. You got it. Now, the other side of it is we have equipment. We have equipment needs, and we have more and more parents stepping up and saying, hey, I'd love to go stream that 7th and 8th grade game, that JV game. Well, we need another set of equipment, that requires cameras, it requires sound equipment, it requires processing equipment, which is often computers. And that's really coming from the sponsors, right? It's all school owned. The kids help set that stuff up. Hats off to Coach Devin Suisa. I see him right there in the red jacket. He runs Mac Lab in the school, the classroom. They do a lot of great things for the school. Saints TV is one of the projects that they work on when we have a need here, whether it's logos or helping us set up the advertising or whatever our needs are. We literally go visit the class. We can kind of coach them up. It's a great educational experience for them. But because we have physical equipment needs to expand what we do, and there's so much appreciation, Joe, from the folks out there who are watching, that man, that be able to see 7th and 8th, to be able to see JV, you'll see JJV. We're just delighted that the parents are stepping up to make that happen. But of course, we have equipment needs to make it happen. We have memberships that are required in order to be able to stream. We have Wi-Fi that's needed to be able to stream. We need power to be able to stream. But all of it, it's all school owned, right? It's all for the kids to be able to expand their own knowledge. And then last year we had a little bit of money left over. We were able to give some scholarships. And I expect that that's going to be something we get to do every single year here in St. Ansgar.
So if there are dollars from our advertising fund left over at the end of the year, and we anticipate there will continue to be that, we're going to give those dollars back via scholarship to student athletes, right? So again, the students win. The kids of St. Ansgar win.
You got it. You got it. You got it. So we're going to go ahead and play that Give Butter slide. Feel free to write that address down or that web address or scan that code. We're going to run into a few more commercials here, and we'll be back here with the second half right after this. Don't go anywhere, about 4.5 minutes away.
It's Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the St. Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting St. Ansgar, and thank you for giving butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thank you, Patterson Seed in St. Ansgar, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. For more information on how Patterson Seed can help you get higher yields, contact Mike Patterson at mike@pattersonseed.com.
It's been a wonderful experience having our kids come to We Saints.
Each child is taken care of like they're our own kids.
I'm really excited about the future for We Saints.
We're excited to get a grant for this expansion, and we'll be able to take 50 more children once our expansion is complete.
Our community has been incredibly supportive, whether it be from donations or people just banding together to help out with small projects.
The staff are friendly, the atmosphere is great, and there's a great daily structure.
Stacyville Kids Care is very important to the community because it helps bring in young families in the community, which in turn helps our small businesses and our community overall.
We are striving for greatness and pushing all the boundaries to be great.
We try to give every child what they need developmentally, emotionally, socially.
My favorite thing about bringing her to Kids Care has been the vocabulary that she brings home.
I see this daycare not just daycare, I see it as like a little family.
My son comes home every day from daycare and he's learned something new, and his behaviors have improved since coming to Stacyville Kids Care.
We're working on, simple skills to get them ready for preschool and kindergarten, like the ABCs, coloring, counting, typical things that you hope to see by the time that they're in preschool.
The staff here at Stacyville Kids Care is very, very nurturing.
I've taken little bits and pieces from each of my experiences and tried to bring them all together to create a program that works for our kids.
She changed the building, repainted, and she made it a lot more clean. She brought new families in and got everyone excited about the upcoming new Stacyville Kids Care.
The Bright Wheel app has been amazing.
Well, I better get my camera back where we belong because we're...
Saints lead 34-0. Bulldogs kick it off. The Saints smartly snag that baby out of the air. Who is that smart fella right there? That's Zachary Jensen.
Number 74.
Good job there. Let's just get my hands on it. We'll start with a half a field. That'll work.
So I was busy running the camera. Was that intended to be some sort of onside
I
kick,
believe that was a let's see. I think it was. I think it was a let's see if we can't find that. It looked intentional to me. That they were trying to do our thing of where they find that dead spot and go run to it. Didn't work. It was Zachary Jensen. Grabs it out of the air. Back to the wishbone. Go the Saints. The offensive line moving human beings tonight up front, and the running backs and fullback reaping the rewards. Zacharias gains 4 on first down. Number 8, Trey Johans runs the play in here. He'll be the split end here. 21 is Landon Hillman. 56 on this end. Left tackle is Jevin Damon. Left guard, Hudson Ostrander. Gonna run that way. Pass. Finds JT Red. Gets face mask, no call. Nice pass there. That is Squire to JT for a nice gain. Give him 15. First down, Saints. Saints lead it at 34-0 after a dominant first half performance on both sides of the football.
It's funny that baseball camera is showing up.
Sometimes we have trouble getting it from the baseball field, and yet it
I'm
shows
not
up way
supposed
over
to
here.
be on that network, so that's the strange thing to me. But
Zaid Shell, 55, is your center. He snaps it to Gavin Squire, who hands it off to JT. Jagger Trenton gains 6 on first down. Give him 5. We sometimes exaggerate here on Saints TV. Hudson Ostrander checks out. Number 74, Zach Jensen checks in. Zachary Ekwall runs in the play, number 15. Try to give you some numbers here. If you're watching from far away, you don't have a roster in front of you, you might not know them all.
One more thumbs up. Thank you for that.
54, your right tackle. That's Mason Beelan. This is Trenton, number 10. Pound for pound, the best fighter in North Iowa.
He really, really is.
Short gain of 20 on first down.
That's one of those stop me if you've heard this, but you're just going to keep hearing it.
Right.
That kid has grit.
Inside the
a little slow
red
to get
zone
up on that one.
First and 10, just across the 20-yard line. Who else haven't we called out that's out there? At 28, Keegan Zacharias. And your fullback is 29, Brody Dolph. Andrew Hall played in the first half, played a really nice first half at fullback. Dolph replaces him here in the second half. That's a handoff, goes to Zacharias, who gets bottled up. Gain of 2. Second and 8. 56, Jevin Damon. I think we've got all the linemen in now. Got the backfield in. I think we're about good.
Scoreboard operators are showing first and 8, but I don't believe that.
Doesn't feel right. Second down, gain of 4.
So JT's been limping a little bit. That's
I
the
noticed
first time I
that.
see him
He's
come to the
getting
sidelines.
a little slower each time, isn't he?
Yep. Got a little tape there below his knee.
He's going to come off. Number 20, Landon Yinger, replaces him on 3rd and 4. 6:25 to go in the third quarter. Number 15, Zachary Eckwall in there, split end.
I've seen Zachary out there quite a bit of split end tonight.
Handoff, Brody Dolph, touchdown Saints. Brody Dolph with the 15-yard touchdown run makes it 40-0 Saints. Nice blocking up front. Again, I think he might have been untouched until he got to about the 3-yard line.
I know they don't want to hear their names, but that offensive line did a great job on that one. .603 remaining here in the third quarter. Saints up 40-0, attempting a 2-point conversion. We are spread out on this one.
This would be a fun one. Had a little motion, didn't call it. I like this set of referees done a really nice job.
See a flag on the play?
Yeah. The 2-point conversion is no good at pass. It's hard to tell from this perspective.
Yeah, I thought he had it actually.
It fell incomplete. I believe at the end of the day, the ref decided he probably should throw that flag on that motion penalty.
Yeah.
It's going to be declined anyway, and we'll kick it away. So no harm, no foul. 40-0 Saints, 6:03 to go in the third quarter.
And with that score, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this message from St. Ansgar State Bank.
The worst place to watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Thank you, FSB, for your generous contributions that help keep Saints TV free to watch for those who are unable to cheer from the stands. You know what they say, it's free to watch Saints TV, but it's not free to produce it. That's why we got the Give Butter sign on the top left. 100% of your donation goes directly to the Saints Athletic Fund, Saint Ansgar Athletic Fund. Joe, sorry, dude, you don't get paid anything.
That's all right.
Do you love it enough to do it for free?
I do. I wouldn't be here 3 nights a week if I didn't.
I
right?
do too.
It's a ton of fun. I enjoy doing it. It's a great way to be involved and Payback, these kids that put in all this work to make this happen, to entertain all of us. Speaking of entertaining, what a kick coverage that was. Zachary Eckwall gets into one, and the Saints coverage team, led by Andrew Hall and Jevin Damon, says, sir, you're going to go down right here, just across the 20-yard line.
I'm telling you, when Zach kicks the ball, magic can happen. We've seen him do it in the varsity games where he's kicked to the spot where no one is, right? And he can tend to wreak havoc. Kick that ball, comes off his foot a little different than most. That was no exception right there. Nice
JT
line drive.
Back on the field, number 10, gets a little ankle tape, and he's back. Run, tries the left side, short gain for the Bulldogs on first down. Turns not much into 3. 2nd and 7. Defense for your Saints have been punishing tonight, just not letting anything through. The Bulldogs' best offense have been a couple of pass plays, but they have shut the run down for the most part here tonight. Out of the shotgun, go the Bulldogs, put a man in motion. Handoff, inside, the middle of that defensive line.
Swallowed up.
Hudson Ostrander, Andrew Hall from that linebacker spot. Oofda. Just nothing doing, no gain, 3rd and 7.
Saints looking good in these all-red uniforms, white numbers.
I like this. I like this
White
setup. I like the all-white. I like the all-red.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I'm just an old boomer, so what do I know? But I like these.
Drops the snap.
Pressure. Running for his life is the quarterback. Throws it away. Incomplete. 4th down.
Yeah, tough gig. That play got off a little rough when that snap got dropped.
Yeah, and he just, good job, honestly, just to recover from that and get a pass off at all, especially with the Saints defense breathing down his neck. Makes it 4th and 7. Let's see, last time 4th down, they went for it.
Took a huge sack last time.
Yeah.
Took the Saints. It was not too different than the field position than they're in right now. One thing on that last play, the quarterback is athletic enough that if the receivers are open, he could potentially make that pass, but everyone covered. Great job by the Saints, and good of him to just get rid of it.
Pass, overthrown, incomplete, turnover on downs.
Keep the clock a-moving, said the men in the stripes.
35-point running clock rule applies, it appears. That's what they're trying to say, is let's just...
I think so, too.
Keep this fella moving. Zaid Shell comes out. Nunez Rodriguez in. Who else? We have somebody else new we're looking for out there. Eric, can you see a number? Let me know. Who's in at center is the question.
Well, I can tell the future, but I can't tell that. The future is kicking Kimba Sue, maybe bringing you some
magic popcorn delivery.
What a magic delivery.
Squire keeps, tries the left side. Brought down, nice tackle there by number 20 for the Bulldogs.
Great job using his blockers on that one. Gains a couple.
62, Logan Wagner out there for the Saints. We missed him on the last call. 74, Zachary Jensen. 56, Jevin Damon. 29, Brody Dolph.
Was there a question who was at center?
Who's at center? That's what no, I still have not found an answer.
We're trying to get a
See
camera
Zaid
in
Shell
on that.
over here, so they're giving him a break. So that means somebody else is playing.
77.
Center. 77, Ryan Baker in at center. He played guard a little earlier, so now in at center. Handoff, Dolph, Handolf. Brody Dolph inside the 5. 1st and goal, Saints.
Nice run. Again, a nice hole to run through.
Great blocking up front tonight. The offensive line and defensive line have dominated this game, and Lake Mills is not small up front. They have some big fellas. Saints have proven to be the better in the trenches tonight, and that has been the difference in this one. 40-0 Saints.
Recognize that guy holding the first down marker there?
I do. I do. I believe that is Jace Schwiesow.
Shout out to Jace Schwiesow.
Senior quarterback free safety. Jace Schwiesow. Handoff. Zacharias.
He just keeps turning those wheels.
Keeps the feet moving to the 2-yard line. Second and goal.
Don't be fooled by the fact that he's laying in the 15-yard line.
Right.
He got forward progress to the 2. Let's see if we get another shout out here while we're waiting for the next play.
Who else we got holding? Do we have another All-State guy back here?
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
I believe that is All-State defensive lineman Dylan Hansen.
Anybody surprised that he's just chit-chatting it up over there with the
He's found friends with the
team?
Lake Mills underclassmen.
Yes,
It does not surprise me a bit. I'm going to get that guy to sell crop insurance someday. It's on my list.
Oh, you could probably
I think he'd be pretty good at it. Brody Dolph into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Saints go up 46-0 here with 1:06 to go in the third quarter.
That'd be pretty good for both of you guys if he was selling.
If we get him, don't you think? Get him on board? Yeah,
absolutely.
He's the kind of guy you want to buy something from.
Yes,
and he's 17 years old. To have that skill set at that age, he's...
You know, I think you knew him as a younger kid, and I know I did, and I'm amazed that he's just got those social skills. As a little guy, he was about as quiet as they come.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. And, you know, we talk a lot about sports and how fun it is to win and compete and do all those things. But you know what else sports does for you? It gives you some confidence, and it makes you, you know, you find skills you didn't know you had that are deep inside. And it changes you on a personal level, makes you a better human being. I'm a huge believer in that. You know, I obviously, my kids have been very involved in a lot of that stuff, whether it was cheerleading for summer or baseball for Max, and you know, a little bit of everything here for Mason. And I just think it's just a big part of growing up is learning some of those skills you can learn. And you can learn them lots of ways. Don't get me wrong; it's not just sports related. But here, I think we do a really good job of giving all those opportunities to lots of kids. You know, if you want to do drama, great. Let's do that, and let's be really good at it. And let's be passionate about it. You want to do football? Fine, we'll do that too. You know, and be really good at that too. So anyway, I'm a huge believer in that, and I think our small school, and not just here, I think Lake Mills does a fantastic job of it as well. Of just our small school systems provide the footing and the foundation to do that.
Yeah, it's really
Find
shout
yourself.
out to these smaller schools, like you said. We don't need football players. We don't need baseball players. We need athletes, right? And so kids who are willing to participate and be a great teammate, season in and season out.
And it might be harder. You know, we talk about a lot of the folks who excel at those. It might be harder for the kid who participates and does all of that, and maybe doesn't play a lot. You know, but they still stick it out. Good return here for Lake Mills. Now I'm done philosophizing across the 50 down to the 40-yard line. But I mean that sincerely. The kids who hang out and come participate, show up every day, be a member of that team, want to be a part of something, even if at the end of the day they might not see that varsity playing time that they expected or that they wanted, that everybody wants. But you know what? You don't do the what 2 Iowa football players did today and quit. Well, I'm not getting the ball, so I'm going to quit. Enter the transfer portal.
Did that happen
Hate
today?
that, yes. Bothers me. You don't see that here, right? Our kids know I'm going to do my job, whatever that is, and do it to the best of my ability so we can be as good as we can be. And there's a ton of character built by doing that. Great play.
Wow.
Center of the defensive line there. Woof.
Zacharias
Who is
in
that?
on that
That's
one.
Keegan.
77.
Ryan Baker. Blow up that
Baker.
one.
Great job.
That'll be the last play of the third quarter.
I think
46-0 going into the fourth quarter.
It's important no matter where you go. And I think about even in college, the experiences that I had in college, it would not have been near the experience had I not found my group and participated and did the things that maybe had me getting home later than I expected or getting up earlier than I expected, but you were part of a thing.
Right.
Right, and a group of people that believed in you and you believed in them, and we see that all the time here in St. Ansgar. Tribute to the coaches as well.
Yeah.
Expect a lot from these kids.
Yep.
End of 3, Saints up 46-0. We're going to be back right after this message. Don't go anywhere.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
Thank you, St. Ansgar American Legion, for your generous donations.
20 carried, short gain. Give him one, makes
He
it
is
3rd and 11.
Still not on the ground. He's tough like that. Number 28 for the Saints, Zacharias. Tough.
Logan Wagner, 62. 77, Ryan Baker, 74.
3rd and 11 for the Bulldogs here, looking to pass. And
Picked off. JT Red with the interception. JT's headed the other way. 30, 20, out of bounds he goes. Great
It has been a tough going for these Lake Mills receivers to catch the ball tonight. I don't know if it's
right off his hands and into Jagers.
No, was it weather related or what happened? But that was a decent pass. Should have been caught, but Jager was there, ready to make the play as he always is.
76 out there for the Saints as well. That's Peterson. Petey the third, I believe we've officially decided.
Petey the third.
I should give him his first name. It is Ethan. Ethan Peterson, the freshman, number 76, was out there as well. We don't want to miss anybody, trying to get everybody's number in here. Numbers you're going to know soon enough at the varsity level. So why not learn them now, right?
Agreed.
Motion penalty on the Saints prior to the snap there. Somebody was a little anxious. That'll cost the Saints 5. 23 is Dylan Nunez Rodriguez. He's out there for the Saints as well. They call that penalty on the Bulldogs, so it's 1st and 5. Saints,
wow,
haven't done much wrong tonight. They have played really well. Fullback here? Fullback here.
Yes,
it's almost like I could see the dive coming. I believe that was Dolph in there at the fullback spot. No, I can see 29 on the sideline. That's not Dolph. So we will get you a number for who's in there at fullback. I believe it might be none other than catcher extraordinaire Landon Yeager.
Oh, what number
is it 20? Is it 20 at fullback there? Am I seeing that right?
I see.
He
It
sure
could
is.
be. I see a zero
Sure
on
is.
this
The
side
guy
of
with both hands in the
jersey.
dirt there. I think that's Landon.
Oh.
He gets it again. Up the middle he goes. Near a 1st down. I believe he's going to be just short. 3rd and inches. Trey Johans runs the 3rd and short play call in. #21, Landon Hillman, the tight end here. Are we going to run it this way? I think we might. We do.
Good call.
Good for the 1st down. 1st and goal, Saints at the 5-yard line. 6:45 to go. In this one, this game has been dominated by your Saints. They lead at 46-0.
Looking to add to that here. 6:35. Well, remaining on the running clock, which keeps on moving.
If you're watching this at home, go rewatch that play. Watch Logan Wagner, 62, and Mason Beelan, 54, and 21, Landon Hillman, push guys on this side of the line. They do it again and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. That is Landon Yinger. Dive right, we call that, and it's super effective here in St. Ansgar. Saints go up 52-0.
It's no wonder when the blockers are doing such a good job on that right side that one's so effective. Sack of all trades coming in, bringing play. Delivers to the huddle.
Ryan Baker, give him a shout out there at center too. And that dive play works is because your center ate his guy's lunch too.
Oh, we're
Squire
passing.
pass. Back corner for Eckwall.
Oh,
just incomplete. That was close. 52-0. The Saints lead it. 6 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Fun night tonight. This JV team needed this. They played so much better.
They're playing great. You said earlier, they're not the same team that you saw just a few weeks ago.
And that's what it's about, right? I talked to a couple of coaches privately after those first couple of games, like, what's going on with the JV team? We all right? And both of them said, we're fine. We're fine. This group just needs to play together. They need to play football. They need more experience, and they need to play together, and they're going to grow up in a hurry, and you won't recognize them in a month. And as usual, our coach is spot on.
They played some bigger schools too, right?
And they did. Yep, you got it. And that's good for them, right? And I know sometimes it's hard to, geez, we got beat 40-0. I deal with that at my house. So sometimes after some of those games, like, that wasn't very much fun. No, I know, but we got better. They were big. They were physical. You know what? You learn a little bit about, oh, that's what it's like to be big and physical on a football field, because we're going to be big and physical very soon. So let's go figure it out.
These Saints coaches do a great job of finding ways to find talented teams to play. And win or lose, the reality is it's going to make you better when you play these good teams. We see it in football, basketball, baseball. It's so good for these guys. And football is one of those sports where obviously you don't want anybody getting hurt, but what a great opportunity for them to get better. And we can see it here.
Ball falls off the tee. It's a windless night, but there's a gust on the field.
Gravity in St. Andrews is a little different, too.
It is. It's probably Zaid Shell's aura that knocked that one off. Almost works in the Saints' favor. Nearly an onside kick. But Lake Mills recovers it. They'll start first and 10 at their 46-yard line. 6:05 to go in this one. The clock is running in the stadium, just not on your scoreboard, but I'll fix that.
Seconds can tick fast when you need them to.
Sure can.
It's just funny to see it up there.
It is.
You think that Tom Brady's out there on the field or something like that, just managing the clock.
Saints make a couple more substitutions. We'll try to get you those. We talked about Landon Yinger on offense. He's in there on defense as well, number 20. Pass. That's thrown up for grabs, and Zaid Shell says, thank you, sir, I'll take that. He returns it 4 or 5 yards to the 45-yard line. Zaid Shell with his second interception of the night.
The replay is in your hands tonight. We don't have it here, but if you're watching this stream, whether now or later, like Joe says, hello from the past, right?
Right.
Take a look at that one. I believe that one was tipped.
I believe you might be right. That thing floated up there, and Zaid Shell finds it, plucks it out of the air for his second interception of the night. Zaid Shell will be taking Dylan Brum's spot on Friday night at that defensive back spot. It's the pick machine. The only guy who picks off balls more frequently than Zaid Shell is the fastest man alive, Dylan Brum. QB keep. Gavin Squire finds the seam, turns it upfield. Huge gain on first down. Gavin Squire goes for 25, and it's first down Saints at the 25.
And I love how Gavin utilizes his blockers. We've seen him do that a couple times here tonight. He's just patient. He's getting behind his blockers, making sure he's protected. And then in that one, it was time. The blockers, he ran out of blockers, and so let's just go into the meat of this thing and go pick up what we can. Great
just
job,
follow along.
Squire.
Let those big guys eat up those guys in front, and I will
it.
find the lane. He does a great job of that. Landon Yinger. Nice gain. Landon Yinger runs upfield. We talked about it as kind of a joke earlier, but it's true, right? If you want to dance around and try to find a seam, or do you want to just hit the hole and go get 8 yards? And Landon does just that there, gets 8 yards on first down. 2nd and 2.
There are guys that can dance and find that seam, but
you bet
they're a special group. And you watch Friday night, you take a look at what Corbin Michaels does. Like he'll find that seam wherever it's at. Sometimes it's behind him.
So exactly right. And he never makes a cut until he's 10 yards downfield. That's the other thing he does. He is through it, and I'll run through the first guy, and then I'll cut to find the end zone. And that's what makes him so special. First and goal, Saints at the 10-yard line. Great night of JV football here. 3 minutes to go in St. Ansgar. The Saints lead at 52-0. Shout out to all the Saints players here tonight. They have played a great game, got everybody in tonight. Probably the difference in this game, if you look over the sideline, they just don't have a long bench there on Lake Mills. They only have 4 kids that are here and not playing in this game. So they're playing this game with 15 kids, and that makes a huge difference. We've got the equivalent of 2 teams. Ball's on the ground, but recovered nicely there. Good job just to fall on it after the snap was awry. Squire recovers, second goal.
I should know, is there volleyball going on in town tonight? There's 2 Lake Mills buses in town.
You know, I believe.
Saw one at Casey's on the way here and saw one in the parking lot when we got here. So
let's go look. I
I
have the
with
schedule
a short bench,
at
there's no
my
way they brought 2
fingertips.
buses. So
Junior high volleyball at St. Ansgar. Lake Mills versus St. Ansgar junior high volleyball style going on tonight in the gym at 4:15. I would imagine that's over. Short gain up the middle there makes it 3rd and goal from the 5 for the Saints.
it's a great point. The volleyball is a great point. We're not streaming the volleyball tonight, but it's like every other sport that we do add to our stream is we have parents who step up and say, you know what, I'm going to be there. I'd really love to bring that stream to grandma and grandpa, aunt, uncle, whomever. And so if you're out there, and we're getting a little late in this season, but it really doesn't matter what sport or what level. If you are a parent, nice push. A parent or community member who find yourself at these games and you want to participate and help build this Saints TV empire that we're building.
That's right. That's soon to topple ESPN, who is owned by Disney, we learned tonight.
That's right. Saints TV, for the record, will never be owned by Disney.
That's right.
I just don't
We'll
think
make
they're
that
going
statement
the right
right now.
direction.
Nope.
I don't.
Love it.
I'm sure
But
we'll get the
yeah,
offers.
to your point, I mean, if you want to help, we would take your help, right?
You bet. You bet.
We need as many folks as we can involved. If you want to broadcast a junior high game that you wish was broadcast, touchdown, Saints.
Looks like Yinger on the carry.
It is Yinger on the carry. Yinger pays it off. Had a nice 4th quarter here, Landon did. Gets his opportunity and does very well with it. The Saints lead 58-0. Saints are going to go for 2 here. 37.5 seconds left. Get a rep here, right? That's what this is about. Get a 2-point conversion rep here. Let's see what it looks like. Yinger, 2-point conversion, good. Stop me if this score sounds familiar, but it is 60-0 Saints.
I've heard the score recently.
Recently,
if you
it feels like.
Don't know what that means. Take a look at last Friday night stream against Newman. 216 yards by Corbin Michaels in the first half
on 7
of that
carries. Corbin Michaels put on a show on Friday night. And if you missed it, you can go rewatch it right here on our Saints TV YouTube channel.
Sure can. It's
the
out
Saints
there.
Dominate Newman Catholic. They play West Fork Friday night at West Fork. Be there if you can. If you live more than 100 miles away, I give you permission to watch on Saints TV. How about that?
I saw some.
Or if you're combining corn. A lot of combines
Or if
out
you're
there. A lot of
combining
farmers watching
corn.
from the field, which we appreciate. Be safe out there.
Look at some of the rankings this week. Summer May, let's add that. Summer May says she's surprised that Kim Basu didn't bring you candy corn because of how much you like it.
So we had this discussion in the family chat today about candy corn and how it is the only candy Joe doesn't like on the whole earth. Like, it might be the only food I don't like besides liver, but I have boundaries.
Is it true that you don't eat green things, though?
I'll eat them. I just don't care to.
Oof.
Nice tackle.
Who do we credit that tackle to?
I don't know, but he's excited.
Mammoth.
Zaid Shell.
This
has been the Zaid Shell game. We're going to forever refer to this as the Zaid Shell game. 2 interceptions. Big tackle there. And that might do it. No, the Lake Mills is going to run a play here. 10 seconds on the clock. Lake Mills to the line for the final play of the night. Pass. Deep pass. Falls incomplete, and that will do it. The Saints win. You heard the horn here in the stadium. The Saints win 60-0. Dominant performance over the Lake Mills Bulldogs. Congratulations, boys. Fun to watch. Great game. Thank you to Camden Genius for joining me here tonight on the broadcast.
That was fun. Thanks for joining us tonight. Here's what you can expect this week. Tomorrow night, volleyball. Our Saints ladies will be at Newman. Also tomorrow. Tomorrow? I thought it was Thursday. I better double check that. But the 7th and 8th grade boys will have a game.
Yeah, the 7th and 8th grade junior high football, right?
Junior high football
is later this week.
I thought it was Thursday, but in discussing with Brian, I was thinking maybe he said it was tomorrow.
10-8. That would be tomorrow. Central
okay.
Springs
at St. Ansgar.
At St. Ansgar. So that's a 4:15er. That's an early.
That's an early one. So that'll lead right on into, and it'll be a separate stream. But our girls will play volleyball tomorrow night at Newman, and then we'll take a break till Friday.
Looks like cross country runs tomorrow as well.
Yeah, they're
at South Wind.
They're at South Wind tomorrow. Yeah. So if you want to see a meet live, drive on over to
go check that out.
Kelmar.
Volleyball, Newman Catholic at Newman.
And then football at West Fork on Friday. I expect on Saturday there'll probably be, that's junior high. So
that's junior. So is there 2 junior high games this week? Maybe that's where the confusion comes from. There's also one on Thursday, according to the schedule, at West Fork on the 10th.
I think that's been fairly accurate, so I would say so.
I hear you.
Taking a look at Bound, for those of you who don't know what that is, check it out.
And then
Bound
Friday night, your number 3 ranked Saints travel to West Fork to take on the Warhawks.
You bet. We'll see you there. Thanks for joining us.